Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread and BluebirdNeedlework.com. Today is July 3rd, but you will be seeing this probably July 18th. This is part 2 of my WIP Parade. Just to get you caught up, I last week issued part 1 or released part 1 of the WIP Parade. It is a longer video because I have a ton of works in progress. I originally thought I had 112, but as I went through them, I realized that I had some new starts, kitted projects, not even started yet, just kitted, thrown into my bins, as well as partially kitted projects. So I pulled those out, and when I pulled those out, I wound up with 88, which is so much better. But I like doing the mid-year WIP parades because it kind of reconnects me with my stitches and kind of makes me think, oh, I need to work on this. This has been here long enough. Let's move on this. So I do like doing that twice a year. So now we're getting into my holiday seasonal stitches. This is in a project bag made by Star 87 Crafts. There is her label. It's beautifully done. I added the little pumpkin charm to it because you have to. It really is a gorgeous bag. And in here I have a bowl full of Scaries, Scary 2. And I am stitching this on 40 count Newcastle linen in the color Peanut. Sorry, trying to be quick. I am losing steam. It's getting warm. Here we are. This is where I'm at. It is a pretty quick stitch. This didn't take me very long. I would like to have it finished by Thanksgiving. I think it's super cute. So, Scary 2, the number 2, TWO. I'm working on the Sweetheart ornaments by It's So Emma from Fat Quarter Shop. Using the called for, I think I got the floss pack with it. Where am I? Where's the one I'm working on? Maybe I'm not. Oh no, here it is. 14. That is this one right here. So I need to, move these ahead. I've got the patriotic ones finished. I have the Thanksgiving ones finished, but they're fully finished in the sense that they're all in their little tart tins with the ribbons, but they're not put into like a garland, because I haven't taken that garland down and I haven't quite decided how I want to use those. My original thought was, yes, I take all of the tarts down and change them seasonally, but I really just don't have a ton of time for that at this point. Someday I will, but right now I don't. This is out of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine in the 2022 spring issue. I really, really like this. I think it's super cute. And I started stitching mine on a 32 count powder pink splash Lugana. And a couple of things. First of all, I think it's going to be very big, and I don't think I was expecting it to be this big. Second of all, I am concerned I'm not going to have enough space at the top. So every time I pull it out, I get a little nervous and I put it away. I either need to restitch it on a smaller linen, or I need to just go all the way up as far as I can, try to get that sign Valentine up here and see where I'm at. Because I do think it would be a darling piece framed, maybe in a bathroom or the kitchen or the bedroom, for Valentine's Day. So that's where I'm at on this one. And I do like it on the splash. I like the fabric. I don't know about where I started it on the fabric, and I don't know about the count, how big it's going to be. But I haven't UFO'd it yet. I have Be True by Calico Confectionery. This one is being stitched on a 40 count Newcastle linen in the color Slate by Fiber on a Whim. And it's so cute. I like it so much when I see it. I forget about this one. I probably should pull this one out. It is stitching up nicely, so I don't know why I keep forgetting about it. Next I have Bats and Booze. Booze, like ghost booze, not booze, like let's go party. Oh my gosh. I am stitching this on, what am I stitching this on? 40 count Stormy Night Newcastle linen. And here, which I think is the called for, and here is where I'm at. Or maybe it goes this way. I'm not sure how I started it. I don't know that it really matters. I love this. I love the quilt for this too. And I love this piece. I just need to get it finished. And I don't pull it out enough. And I'm not quite sure why. Because it's darling. I mean, look at it. Look how cute that is. I think when I started it, I was new to 40 count, and I was, it was bothering me a little bit. I was struggling. And the white stitches, you know how when you stitch with white, things don't lay like you think they should. When you're all done and you've pressed it, it fluffs up and it's really pretty, you don't even know. But I think that's why I kind of stalled out on that one. This one is in a project bag by Goose. Super cute. I loved the little eyes. In here I've got several projects from the Fat Quarter Shop. This was their stitching box a couple years ago, and for October. And so this one is the Halloween Cauldron. And I am stitching this, it looks like Vintage Stormy Night. 32 count Belfast linen Vintage Stormy Night. And here is where I'm at. Again, I stalled out on this one. I don't really know why. Because I think it's darling. So, need to put some time in on that. This one is a mystery stitch along. It's being stitched on 36 count Fiber on a Whim, and I don't really know why I stalled out on this one. I think I was struggling, and I don't even have a picture of it. I think I was struggling with the placement of everything. But once I got the bat done, and I started in on the pumpkin. I thought, you know, give it a shot. It'll probably be okay. If nothing else, I think it'd be a really cute project bag panel. So I do want to finish it, even though it's probably not my taste anymore. And I think that's the struggle. So eventually this will get finished, and I think I'll make it into a project bag. Snow Magical by Brenda Gervais. I am stitching this on 40 Count Winter Wren by Fox and Rabbit. And here's where I'm at. I am almost to the sweater, and I think once I hit that sweater it'll be a little bit quicker. That's a lot of white, and I get burnt out because I stitched this after Christmas, and so I've already stitched a bunch of Christmas with white, and then I come to this and I've stitched this with some white, and I just get burned out. But I do work on it every year, and I do make progress. I did buy the finishing piece for this one because I think that's an adorable finish, and that's what I'm going to do with this one. I think it would be really cute in the winter, not Christmas, but winter, up in the house somewhere on one of my tables, or maybe in the bathroom. Just a cute, cozy little snowman. This is When Witches Go Riding by Brenda Gervais. This one probably should come with me on vacation. In my last video, I talked about bringing, what am I going to bring to stitch on vacation? Last year I brought a bunch of projects that were 50% or more done, and I finished quite a few of them while I was on vacation, and that felt really good, so I might do that again. This is one that will probably go with me. This is the piece that I will work on finishing. If I can actually get the third one done, that would be phenomenal. I do want these in pillows. First one is done. It does stitch up pretty quickly if I just sit down to stitch it. And I'm not quite into fall stitching just yet. I've pulled out a couple of things that are a little off season, but I'm not quite there yet. So this one will probably make it with me to vacation. Okay. I got all of the It's Freezing Season ornaments. It all came with the fabric. I bought the floss pack, and I am stuck, and I don't know why, because when I look at that one, she's cute, and I don't know what it is with this one. I've often contemplating just UFOing it, giving it to somebody else, and partly because I'm not sure what I would do with a ton of ornaments, but we'll have to wait and see. So that's how much I've gotten done. That's how much it's stayed like that for a year, maybe more. I think part of it is I don't like the pink, and they have a brown in here as one of the colors. I'm not super wild on this color palette, although when I look at it this way, it is cute. I don't know what my problem is. So until I decide, there it sits. This one is from Teresa Kogut, We All Scream. This has since been released. This was a Patreon chart that I've had since it was released in Patreon. I'm stitching this one on I stitching this on? 30 count Sanguine by Weeks Dye Works. And last year I did make quite a bit of progress and it became fun. So I do want to get back to it. I think I stalled out on the foot. And I don't know why, but it doesn't matter now because I've got past the pants and I'm getting ready to move up. Really cute. I have some of her other charts in here too that I want to stitch, but I want to get through that one first. This one, I've had these charts for a very, very long time, since the 90s. When was this released? I don't even think it says. 1989. So I've probably had it since the early to mid 90s. And I'm working on them. That's the house number 9 and house number 15. I am stitching this on a 40 count platinum linen by Weeks Dye Works, and I love it very much. I think I'm going to do them in 2 separate pillows finishes. We'll see, but this is where I'm at. And that is the coolest tree. I really, really like it. It's not done. It's still like where it needs to be filled in with a lighter shade. But this one goes fast when you start working on it. And how nice would that be to get something that I've had for decades? The chart, like actually start it and finish it. But you gotta work on it. Flowers and Friends by Hello from Liz Matthews. This was one of her Patreon releases. It has since been released, so you can get this one. In fact, I think I have this one in my shop. I am stitching this on 40 count Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And there is where we're at. It's a navy blue house. I thought it was gray, but it's not. It's navy. It's stunning. Once I got up here, I had a ton of fun, and it's going to go by pretty quickly now that I'm into the florals. But she's beautiful. I like the Cream and Sugar. I have this one in a project bag made by, does she have a label? Sarah's Stitchery, her sister. I bought it from her. She doesn't have a label. I forget the shop name. This is Winter Trio by Brenna Gervais. I am stitching this one on Cocoa, 40 count Cocoa by Weeks. And here is where I'm at. Would be really nice to get those finished and displayed this year. This was a fat quarter shop quarter sampler. I forget the name of it, but she still runs them. I actually won this. It was they were celebrating their anniversary, and my name got pulled as a from the subscriber list, the email newsletter subscription, and so I won this one and another 2 of the quarters, and I like this one. I think it's super cute. So I decided to stitch it. It is stitched on minty green opalescent 14 count Aida. And here is where I'm at. I will say that the white gets a little ghosty, so I may outline the fox in a very light gray. We'll see when it's all done what it looks like. But it's really cute. You can kind of see the shimmer in the fabric, which makes it look icy and fun. Maybe a pillow finish, we'll see. I don't know, not sure how I'm gonna finish it. Maybe a cute project bag front. Burr, It's Cold Outside by Brenna Gervais. I am stitching this one on 32 count vintage country mocha. Looks like a Lugana. Again, a lot of white. And so when I stitch this, I'm stitching it after Christmas, when I've done a lot of Christmassy type pieces. But here we are. So last year I finished the berry bowl. I added the most of the cardinal, and I started in over here on the girl, snowman, the snow woman. I would love to see it finished this year. I don't know if that will happen. We will wait and see. If I can stitch on it a couple of times before we get to Christmas, I think I might have a fighting chance. This one is Polar Pack by Plum Street Sampler. You will notice that my sweater motif at the bottom does not look like that because I got my symbols screwed up, and I'm not changing it. I already had to frog. It's kind of been a booger for me, but I finally got to the first polar bear. So down here I have the colors reversed. Where it's supposed to be, where it's white, it's supposed to be red, and where it's red, it's supposed to be white. Don't ask me how. I think it'll be really pretty when it's done. I don't remember what this fabric is called. I know it's the fabric. It's an even weave that is printed on, so I don't know who that is. I don't have it written down. But I like the color a lot on that one. Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I am stitching this on 32 count Beautiful Beige. It is working up to be a little bit bigger than what I thought it would be, and that's okay. And what I'm doing is I'm stitching this a little differently, with a different kind of floss. For a while there, I was doing the Bestitch Me hand-dyed club, and I got Harvest, and I thought that this piece would look gorgeous with Harvest, and then I realized I may run out of Harvest before I get the whole thing stitched, so I pulled out October to do the pumpkins and a couple of the insides of a couple of the motifs. I have not stitched those yet because I want to see if I actually do have enough. If I have enough, I want it all in the Harvest color. Otherwise, I'll add the orange for the pumpkins and it'll be fine. But here is where I'm at. I think it is turning out to be so pretty. It looks really, really good in real life. It's not, well, from my angle, it's not really translating very well. But it just screams fall, and I love the variegation in the flosses. It's really pretty. So we'll keep working on that one. Once I get going on these, it really doesn't take a lot of time. Okay, that is it for this bin. Let me go get the last bin. Hold on. Okay, not a lot to go through in this bin, so we'll get through pretty quickly. But I want to share, I went in and you know how toddlers will just kind of collapse wherever they are, and they, you know, do funny things. Well, I walk in and I turn around once I put the other bin back on the shelf. I turn around and my cat Chanel is laying with just her head under a chair, and the rest of her body is just laid out. Like, I honestly, I'm like, oh, Chanel. And then the little tip of her tail just went plink. I thought, did you like pass out from heat exhaustion? Like, I know it's a little warm in the house. It's like a little, air's not moving. But really? So I gave her a quick pet. She's out for the count. I just thought it was funny. I'm like, she's like a toddler. All right, this is in a project bag made by me with a Sweetwater label. This one I made with the foam. I like the firmness of the foam. I don't enjoy stitching with it very much, so there's that. This is Sweetheart Spool by Crafty Bluebonnet. And I'm stitching this on 28 count antique white linen by Zweigart, and here is where I'm at. I had to start over. I messed up down here and I thought, I'm not frogging, I will just start over, and that is what I did. I will do a pillow finish. I will probably finish it very similarly to this one, with the fabric on one side and maybe some heart, something, you know, hanging from the side. I just think it's very sweet. Cookie cutter ornaments by It's So Emma. What I'm doing on this one is I'm picking a color and I'm stitching it on several until I run out of the color on the the needle. What am I trying to say? Okay, I'm not sure what this one is, but I'll show it anyways. I've got this one. I've got this one working on, and I'm working on this one. It is helping for them to go a little faster, not a lot, but a little. I'm stitching this on 25 count barley even weave. This is Winter Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I bought the floss and the finishing pack. The floss is Color and Cotton Battleship, and I picked a blue fabric that I love so much. It is, I don't even think it's labeled correctly. It's either the color Fortnite or maybe the manufacturer's Fortnite. I don't know. I don't care because it's gorgeous. Here's where I'm at. I would like this one to be done. It really is pretty with the variegated blue on the mottled blue. I just thought it would be really nice winter feel. So I'm very happy with that. Did I start him? I don't think I started him. I did not start him. So I've got him as a WIP in here. It's Lucky O'Green because I finished Maggie O'Green, but I haven't started him yet. So he's a WIP because I wanted to stitch them as a pair, but I haven't started him. So I'm not even gonna share this one because there's nothing to share. Luminous Fiber Arts. I pulled out Gathering Stitches. And I am stitching this on a white wash board by Fabric Flare. And I changed the color, but there again, I'm not sure if I will have enough to finish this or not. And that makes me a little nervous. Ocean. I mean, I suppose I can look and see what I've got. So it kind of stalled me out. But here's where I'm at. I love the color combination. I think it's going to be really pretty. I just need to finish it. I just need to bite the bullet and take care of it. Be Mine by Stitching with the Housewives. I love this finish. I have some of these bead wreaths and I thought, oh, that would be really pretty. So I started it and it worked up really quickly and then I got bored. Probably because the season changed. I am stitching this on something fabulous. It's a Lugana. I think it might be a 28 count. I'm not sure, but that's where I'm at. It won't take very long to finish it. I should just probably finish it. Maybe this one will go on vacation with me as well. Because it would be fun to have it done by Valentine's Day. Egg Collector by Teresa Kogut. This has since been released. I do carry this in my shop, the chart. I am stitching this on I think it's Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. I love the colors on, I'm using the called for flosses and I love the colors on this fabric. I think it's super pretty. I would love to say that this one will be done by Easter. I don't honestly think that it will be. But I could pull it out and stitch on it a little bit more frequently and we might surprise ourselves. Because I do enjoy stitching on it when I pull it out. It just, I don't know if it's the fabric, the design, it just is flowing really nicely. I have this next project, a couple of projects it looks like, in this project bag by the 805 Stitcher. Really cute. Again, I picked this up at the Live and Die LA retreat that I attended, and I am stitching to Spring. This is on a 40 count vintage country mocha. And I like it a lot. So I'm ready to start working on the house and the flowers in that urn next to it. It really should not be a hard stitch to finish. I just need to get going on it. It's really pretty. When I'm done stitching this one, I have Hoppy Easter in here as well. And that one I have not started, but maybe I should. Because it's going to be cute done too. This was a Christmas gift last year. I was going through, I get the Stitchery magazine catalog, or my mom gets it and gives it to me. I don't know. Somehow it winds up in my house. And I came across this, and I have seen this before through the years, and I decided do it. So I got it for Christmas, and am I using the call for? I am. It's a tiny count of Ada. I'm not sure. This is the floss. I've actually been seeing this in my bag, and I thought I need to really kind of pull it out, because when you're stitching it does go fast. But here is where I'm at, and it's really pretty. It's gonna be gorgeous. And this pink, it's a rosebud, I think, a peony bud. It's nice to stitch on Ada after a while. I think that's what I'm enjoying. It's a fine enough count of Ada that it's going to be the size that I want it to be, which is a little on the smaller side, but it's still going to be really really pretty when it's done. This is Spring Cat by Barbara Anna Designs. I changed my fabric. I went with a charcoal. What did I go with? 36 count Mirage Edinburgh linen. And I made quite a bit of progress on it this year. I got the house roof in, and I got her bodice done and her necklace, and I started working on her face. That's I think her nose or mouth line or something, I'm not sure. This is also a nice one. A lot, I don't want to say it's a lot of color changes, because that's not necessarily true, but you have to pay attention because of the busyness of her skirt. So I really felt accomplished when I got the bodice, her necklace, and part of her face done, because it just felt like I was on that skirt for a really long time. I think I made the choice to start moving up a little bit. This one is by Annie B's Folk Art, and it's Bloomin' Bunnies Trio. I have this chart in stock as well. I decided to stitch mine on 40 count. It says SQ Mercedes by Picture This Plus. I don't quite know what that means, but here's where we're at. I would love for this one to be finished this year. I just think her little face is the sweetest. I think it'd be darling as a little pillow at Easter time. So, and I like it on the blue. I didn't have this greenish color, so I kind of looked through and I tried to find the lightest blue. It's I don't want to say it's ghosty. It is stitched 1/1. I mean 1/2, excuse me. I think when it's all done though, you'll really get to see it. And I'll probably trim it out in one of the pink colors to kind of bring out the pinks versus a blue or a white. Okay, there's a hare in my garden by Hands On Design. I decided to go for it and stitch the big mama produce. And so I'm stitching this on the 20 count. What am I stitching this on? "20 count chocolate milk" by Fabrics by Stephanie. Also stitching it. It's my first time working with Purl 5 cotton, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling a little bit with it. I'm hoping that when this is all done and pressed and sewn, that my stitches will look better. I'm not super pleased with how they're laying, but there we go. I think it's a really, really cute pattern. I also want to stitch her goose one that came out this year, but I don't know if I'll stitch it on this size fabric or if I will go smaller. We'll see. When this is all done and finished, I will make the decision at that point. It will finish into a strawberry, although I may change the greenery at the top and make it into a carrot, because in my mind that makes a little bit more sense for an Easter project with carrots. I am enjoying it, even though I'm not necessarily liking the way my stitches are laying. I am enjoying the chart. It's a really fun piece to stitch. So I wouldn't not stitch this because I'm struggling with the Purl cotton, because you could stitch it with 4 strands of DMC as well, and it might lay a little bit better. Just a thought. Okay, that is it. A lot of WIPs. One new start, tiny little new start that I talked about. I did not show the charts that are in progress from my 4th of July video, but I had one new start. I'm not really feeling the urge to start anything new. I would like to get some of these finished. I'm not going to put a number on me, and I'm not even going to say don't restart or don't start anything new, because if I want to, I will. I'm just reacquainting myself with all of the things, and we'll start working on them and see if I can't knock them out so that I can start new things and not fill up my shelves too badly with unfinished projects. If you haven't done so already, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Please be sure to share the video, like the video, comment on the video. I read the comments, and I love to read the comments. We are looking to grow the channel, and every subscription helps, and I do appreciate it. I enjoy this community so very much. Everybody is very nice and kind, and I hope that you make the decision to join us if you haven't done so already. I think that is it. I will be back with a regular video on the what day will I be back? The 25th of July will be a regular floss tube, and I'll get you caught up with everything that happened at camp and all the things at that time. So until then, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.